Hello, everyone, and welcome to Midway Stadium for CTN coverage of the 2008 Minnesota State Baseball Championship between the Coon Rapids Cardinals and the Jaguars from Bloomington, Jefferson. Joe Yan and Howie Shapiro here with all of tonight's action. And Howie, two teams that really weren't supposed to make it this far, but they have brought themselves together in the postseason. They're playing really good ball. They have defied the odds, and here they are, one win away from a state championship.
Yeah, one of these two teams is going to wear the slipper, and you're right. Both of these teams coming into the season didn't expect it to contend for the title. Maybe a possibility of making it to the playoffs, but in terms of going to state, but not certainly playing for the championship game. But you're right. These are two very good teams, two teams from the metro area. Opportunity to see a couple big ball clubs go at each other.
Yeah, the Jaguars, just their second trip to this state tournament. They finished the game, or the regular season, 2 games over 500 and in 6th place in their conference. They're here just for the second time in school history. The Coon Rapids Cardinals have been here 5 times before. They're 2-time champions, the last time back in 1997, and they also had a similar start. Started 1-5 that year. They started 1-7 this year. Finished the regular season 2 games under 500 and in 4th place in their conference. But again, they got things together in the postseason, made a nice run in the tournament, and here they are, 1 win away from their 3rd state title.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll talk about the brackets. Go ahead, Joe, and let's talk brackets.
Well, here is how they got here. Jefferson against Rosemont, a team that had beaten them twice in the regular season. They got a 3-0 lead and then scratched out a run in the 7th to advance. Then they beat St. Michael Albertville 3-1 before reaching this contest. The Coon Rapids Cardinals beat Stillwater 5-2 on a game broadcast right here on CTN, and then a big victory over the number 1 team in the state, Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. They come back from a 4-1 deficit in that one and win it 5-4 in the 7th inning.
Yeah, we'll talk about that game as this game unfolds a little bit, but it was an exciting game, no doubt. The interesting thing I think today, Joe, is that both teams are going to throw basically their number 3 pitcher. You have a lot of baseball here. You can't throw your number 1 or number 2, so it really is going to come down to who has the stronger pitching staff, and because you know what both teams can do when they hit the ball, but it's a matter of starting from the mound, whether it's Connor Klein or Ryan Habel on the mound for both Bloomington and for Coon Rapids. So it'll be exciting.
Well, and a big factor will be the wind this afternoon. It is blowing out very hard to right field. It will make even routine pop-ups seem like they have minds of their own when they gets up in this wind, and a good line shot to the right. We may not see that ball again.
Well, no, and the way the wind blowing, too, it's going to favor left-handed hitters, and the Cardinals have a ton of them in their lineup. So this is kind of playing right into the situation that they want. They've got the lineup that they're going with tonight in terms of where they felt they would be most successful. They're going against a right-handed pitcher, so I think it plays into their strength.
One game for the title of Minnesota's best. The 2008 state championship starts next on CTN.
Mom!
What?
You can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
We can't do it without you. Join the March for Babies and help us give every baby a healthy start.
Back at Midway Stadium, there you see it. 2 records, not incredibly impressive, but it doesn't really matter because they have reached the peak of the baseball season in the state of Minnesota, the state championship at Midway Stadium. Cardinals taking the field first, winning the toss, and being the home team in tonight's championship game.
Well, the advantage, obviously, Cardinals have is the fact that they are the home team, get the opportunity for the last at bat. That's always an advantage, quite obviously. We saw it happen. Unfortunately, you weren't there last night, but in the game last night against Grand Rapids, winning in the bottom of the 7th. dramatic style.
Left the bases loaded with nobody out when they scored their game-winning run.
Yep.
You can see a lot of excitement in the Jaguar dugout. Everyone on their feet, eager to get this game underway. There is the batting order for Jefferson. A.J. Ciro will lead things off, followed by Matt Voldness. Matt Kruger, the center fielder, hitting third, with Nolan Johnson in the cleanup spot. Joey Millpointer, Aaron Ruff, Andrew Rinda, Paul Holgren, and the left fielder Jeremy Batten is batting ninth.
He's batting ninth. There's head coach Jim Guess. It's 8th season as the career coach for the Jefferson team.
Talked a little bit about the starting pitcher his team will be facing in Ryan Habel. And there is the defense behind him. Adams, Miller, and Shimshak patrolling the outfield. Andy Evans at first, Zach Sather at the hot corner. Raymond and Kroll in the middle. Mike Lotta behind the plate.
Habel comes in with a 2.874 earned run average. He's pitched a little over 31 innings, 31 2/3. Really pitched a lot in the beginning of the season. Has 22 strikeouts in 31 innings, not too bad. 13 balls, walks. We'll get it. I'm not sure how many pass balls.
Talking to assistant coach Don Bright, who is in charge of the Cardinal pitching staff before the game, he said Habel was a little concerned going through the sections that they were going 1-2, 1-2 with Schreier and Beam, and that he wasn't getting a chance to pitch. And he said, listen, Habel, if things go the way they're going and the way that we want them to, you're going to be pitching in the biggest game of your life.
And look at it. It's turned out that he is pitching in the biggest game of his life.
And he starts with a fastball inside to Ciro, 1-0.
Ciro steps to the plate, 286 average on the season.
Well, you talk about hitting in this tournament, the Cardinals definitely doing a lot more hitting than are the Jaguars. This one hit to shallow center. And it'll drop just beyond second base minder Devin Kroll, a leadoff single for the Jaguars.
Ciro put that exactly where he needed it to be, right between both Kroll and Miller. Miller was coming in center, and Kroll trying to backpedal out to that ball. That's from second. And the Jaguars start out the way they needed to get the leadoff hitter on base.
Shortstop Matt Voldness standing in, taking a look down at Coach Guess at third base. And we'll see if he looks to bunt, play a little small ball early in this championship game. No, he's swinging away back up the middle. Fielded by Raymond, touches the bag over to Evans, and just like that, a quick double play.
Oh, Raymond making a nice move from the shortstop position to that ball. First pitch swinging right there, right to Raymond. Easily steps on the bag, and there's the throw over to Evans for the out.
So center fielder Matt Kruger will come up with 2 outs and the base is clear.
371 on the season for Kruger, leading hitter on this Jaguars squad.
This one just fouled on the third baseline, had some heat on it, but curved into foul territory just before the bag.
He was looking to put that one down the line for extra bases.
This one fouled off. Another fastball from Habel. And he gets himself ahead in the count, 0-2.
You know, especially the first inning is so important for both these pitchers, is get the butterflies out of the system, the nerves down a little bit, and Ryan Habel doing a pretty good job here in the first, thanks to that nice defensive play behind him.
This one's down and in, and had a pitch to waste there with the count at 0-2. Trying to get Kruger to chase something down and in. This one hit down the right field line. It'll stay fair. Kruger will turn at first, but stay there as Adams gets it quickly back into the infield. Another base hit for Jefferson.
I was going to say a couple of base hits in this first inning for the Jaguars, and a nice piece of hitting. Fought off that pitch, put it down the right field line, and Carter Adams coming over quickly to gather it in, making sure that Kruger was not going to advance to second.
Well, Jefferson has been able to get out in front in both of their games in this tournament. yesterday. They jumped out to a 3-0 lead on Rosemont in the first inning. And after the Irish clawed their way back to tie it, Jefferson got a run in the top of the 7th and then held on for the win. And then against St. Michael, they went up 2-0 and then added an insurance run after St. Michael had scored their only run of the game to get the 3-1 victory.
Nolan's hitting .379 on the season. Cleanup hitting catcher.
Coon Rapids, we talked about, was down 3-0 and 4-1 in the semifinal matchup with number 1 ranked Grand Rapids, but came back with 2 runs in the 6th and added 1 in the 7th to get the victory and reach this contest.
Yep.
Another 0-1 pitch, down and away.
That was a character game for the Cardinals, Joe, and they didn't hang their heads down 4-1. Grand Rapids jumped out them early, but they were able to stay within it and then tie it in the bottom of the 6th and then win it in the bottom of the 7th.
That one misses outside, 2-1. Swing and a miss. We'll even the count at 2-2. Good fastball from Habel.
Yeah, and he kept it high enough in the zone where Johnson wasn't able to swing over it.
This one pops straight up. Lotto may have a play on it. Evans calling for it, and he misses it again. That really strong wind with those high pop-ups could be dangerous today.
Yeah, it's going to play havoc with what the ball does, and Evans coming out, both Evans and Latta coming up looking for that ball and falling just over the reach of Andy Evans. That would have been a big out hit. They've been able to get them out of the inning at that point.
Habel able to do it with the next pitch, a high fastball that gets Johnson swinging. The strikeout recorded to get the 3rd out. So 2 hits for Jefferson in the first inning. 1 left.
Well, Ryan Habel can just breathe a sigh of relief. Now he's got that first inning under his belt. Gave up, as you mentioned, a couple of base hits, but no damage in terms of runs. And the way that Grand Rapids started out yesterday in their first, they scored 3 runs in the first inning. Cardinals come out with allowing the Jaguars a goose egg.
A lot of red on the third base side of the Midway Stadium bleachers. Knock, knock, who's there? Cinderella. I like it. A team that finished the regular season below 500 at 9-11. They clawed their way back. They finished 500 in the conference at 9-9, but there are only 2 non-conference games. One a loss to Edina, another a loss late in the season to Hopkins. But since reaching the tournament, the section tournament, they have not lost a game. And here they are hoping to continue that streak in the final game of the season. Here's a look at how the Cardinals will come to the plate. Carter Adams leading things off, followed by Devin Kroll. Mike Latta had a great day at the plate, especially in the first game yesterday. He hits 3rd, followed by Zach Sather. Cody Beam is the designated hitter for the pitcher Habel. Corey Miller, Rick Shimshock, Andy Evans, and Tony Raymond round out the order for the Cardinals.
There's head coach Jerry Coe. Of course, his 13th season as skipper for these Cardinals. And as you mentioned earlier, the 6th time that Coon Rapids is here in the state tournament.
Called a strike on the outside edge. A nice pitch to start for Klein. And another fastball up high.
Adams steps to the plate batting .319, Joe.
Pokes this one fouled on the third baseline.
We talked about how aggressive Carter likes to be at the plate.
This one hit right back up the middle. Easy play for Klein. The underhanded toss to Ciro at first, and there's one down. As As a look at the Jaguar defense, Paul Hallgren in right, Matt Kruger in center, and Jeremy Batten is in left field. A.J. Ciro at first, Aaron Ruff at second. Boldness is at short with Millpointer at third. Johnson is behind the plate, and Klein on the mound. His first pitch to Devin Grohl was down and away, 1-0. And another one outside.
Connor Klein steps to the mound with a 4.70 earned run average, has 22 innings under his belt.
And now up high, quickly falls behind 3-0 to the batter, Devin Kroll.
His record on the season, Joe, is 1-4 coming into this contest.
Devin Kroll, another guy who had a really nice game. The 4-pitch walk puts him on base with one out here in the first. Against Stillwater yesterday. Reached base 4 times, scored 4 times, and drove in another run.
Well, the scouting report on Connor Klein is he's a right-hander, obviously. Throws a fast, will occasionally throw a curve and mix in a change, but when he gets behind, he likes to go for that outside corner, but when he gets behind, he will not throw the curve. He'll go away from it.
Mike Lotta looking at a curve, called for a strike. So a half swing, and Lotta fouls it off toward the Cardinal dugout.
Well,
Klein gets ahead in the count 0-2.
He's upped his average, has Lotta to 372 into this ball game. Cardinals
hitting 571 in these playoffs.
Yeah, not bad.
In this state tournament. And that's second on the team. This one down and away, Klein trying to get him reach.
Yeah, Cody Beam's only hitting 714.
Only. Nice lead for Kroll. He's going. The pitch is down and away, and there will be no throws. Johnson had to slide just to stop it and keep it from going to the backstop. An easy stolen base for Devin Kroll.
And a great situation for Coon Rapids. Now they get a runner in scoring position with one of your hottest hitters coming to the plate, or at the plate. An opportunity to see if he can drive in a run.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And again, way outside.
Boy, and Nolan Johnson's having to do a pretty good job of keeping that ball, making sure it doesn't get past.
Here's a full count pitch. Klein trying to avoid back-to-back walks with one out in the first. This one hit high to left field. Coming in is Batten, calls off, makes the catch for out number 2.
But then a lot of got underneath that pitch. You know he'd like to have that at bat back.
And that'll bring up third baseman Zach Sather.
Now, Klein isn't a pitcher that's overpowering. He's not gonna fool you too often. He's just gonna be fairly consistent in finding the zone.
Fastball misses.
We talked about the wind, Joe. 18 to 29 gusts miles per hour for the wind right now. 71 degrees at game time. It's blowing out towards right.
That one well inside. Sather backs away. Gets ahead in the count on Klein, 2-0. Klein trying to get out of this inning without any damage. He's already thrown quite a few pitches. Giving up just that one walk so far. Kroll moved to second on the stolen base. Sather will take another pitch down and away, and it's 3-0.
Well, Sather on the season, Joe, is hitting 271, but in the tournament he's hitting 143, and I know this is one of the batters Coach Coe would like to see get going.
Klein able to find the zone that time as Sather keeping his bat on the shoulder and watching the whole way. But he should see another hittable pitch right here from Connor Klein at 3-1. And it's up high, his second walk of the inning. And that brings the Cardinals' hottest hitter to the plate. Talked about it, hitting over 700 in the 2 tournament games yesterday.
714, he's had 7 at-bats. 5 of those at-bats have been hits. 3 RBI. I'd say that that's pretty good. Upped his average to 418 on the year.
Now he digs in with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the first. And Klein misses low again, 1-0.
Jim Guess in the dugout.
This one chopped to the left side and past the third baseman, Millpointer. They're going to send Kroll. Here comes the throw, nowhere near in time. Beam is going to move to second, Sather to third, and the Coon Rapids Cardinals take the first lead of the game.
Coon Rapids' hottest hitter gets a base hit, scores the first run of the game, gets the first RBI of the game. Cardinals jump out to an early lead, and they are continuing to threaten with 2 away, runners at second and third. There's the base hit right in the hole, just past Joe Millpointer at third. They're going to see Kroll with the first run of the game, and both runners will be safe at second and third.
And now Corey Miller, the center fielder, hoping he can extend this first inning 2-out rally. He's got 2 guys in scoring position and pretty good wheels on Cody Beam at second. Takes one down and away.
Miller's hitting .342, but looking for his first hit of this tournament.
Up high, 2-0.
Bloomington Jefferson wants to keep it just at 1 at this point.
This one skied, foul, back out of play. 2-1. Klein working quickly. Delivers it low, got away from Johnson, but not far enough for Sather to try and come home. It's 3-1.
Now Johnson did a good enough job of getting his body in front of that ball to make sure that ball wouldn't go too far.
Oh, I guess it's 2-2 on the scoreboard. I thought that was 3-1. Now it's a full count.
Oh, you talk about patience at the plate by Corey Miller. That was a tough pitch to hold off.
Down and away, third walk of the inning for Connor Klein.
Now we'll see how quickly they come out to the mound, and I think they are going to come out to the mound and talk to Connor Klein.
Try and settle their right-hander right here. Not irreparable damage at this point. But with Rick Shimshak coming up, they want to try and make sure they get the out here without any more damage being done.
Yeah, Rick
just one run at this point.
Rick is .429 in this tournament, Joe. 7 at-bats, 3 base hits. Obviously, there is a little bit of work in the dugout right now for Bloomington Jefferson. Number 5, Ryan Griffin, is throwing in the bullpen. And this, Joe, this is a game too where you really have to use the pitchers that are remaining that really haven't pitched too much this year, or at least obviously in the last couple of games.
Tough schedule with 2 games yesterday and then the big game today. Swing and a miss hard for Shimshak at the first pitch.
Rick batting .350 on the season.
Got just a piece of that, and now Klein stepping on the gas. Saw him throwing a lot of breaking balls that were ending up just out of the zone, which led to the walks and got him into trouble in the first place. Now throwing fastballs. 3-pitch strikeout. Shimshak a little shocked that he got that call against him, but that ends the inning. The Cardinals leave the bases loaded. They score 1 and lead 1-0. It's the state championship on CTN. Second season starts right now. Wow, do we have a show for you tonight?
Busy afternoon Monday for firefighters trying to contain several grass fires along.
This is going to be a very good and very close game.
Welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town.
Such a big event definitely needs a third man.
We've heard a lot lately about how families are struggling to make ends meet. Many of them will need help this winter to pay their heating bills. Fortunately, the Salvation Army's Heat Share program is there, helping families in crisis pay their heating bills when they have nowhere else to turn. HeatShare relies on funding from utilities like CenterPoint Energy and the generous contributions of customers. Please help. Make a donation today by contacting the Salvation Army at 1-800-SAL-ARMY. The family you help could be right next door. This message brought to you by CenterPoint Energy.
A lot of smiles on the faces of fans in red as the Coon Rapids Cardinals jump to a 1-0 lead after the first inning of the state championship baseball game.
Well, I think we saw that last highlight going out, Joe, and I think Rick Shimshak had a little bit of a complaint there with that last called third strike, in my estimation.
In your humble opinion?
Yeah, my homer. Yeah, but it really was. I thought that was out of the zone, but nonetheless.
Third base miner Joe Millpoint will lead things off for the Jaguars, now trying to play catch-up for the first time in the state tournament. Watches a pitch for a strike.
Millpoint looking for his first hit of this tournament.
Jaguars got a couple of hits, but no damage done in their top half of the first. This one hit solidly to center. Miller's got to run in on it. He'll make the catch for the first out. First, he wasn't sure how well that was hit, and it sort of hung up there, but he got on his horse and got it in the leather for out number one. Aaron Ruff, the second baseman for Jefferson, now digging in to face off against Hable.
Ruff hitting .320, 400 in this tournament.
Fouls off the first thing he sees. Fastball called for a strike, and Hable in the driver's seat at 0-2.
Anytime you have your head in the count like that, you have such an opportunity here to do what you want from the mound.
That one comes inside, 1-2.
You know, the nice thing, Joe, about when you're pitching in this situation, and you have Ryan Hable, who hasn't pitched a lot in the later half of the season, but he had a lot of innings in the beginning of the season, so he's got the confidence knowing he can go out there.
Fastball stays high, and the count goes to 2-2.
Say they fouled,
I think he got it off the butt end of the bat. So it'll stay at 2-2. And now a full count. And a walk. First walk of the game for Ryan Hable. Aaron Ruff stands at first with one out. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Andrew Rinda.
Rinda steps to the plate batting .278. Also looking for his first hit in this tournament. And the one thing we've seen, especially the last number of games from Coon Rapids, is such good defensive play in the field, although 3 errors against Grand Rapids was really out of the norm for them in the last number of games. But opportunity for them if they can see if they can turn another double play, if Hable can keep the ball down and get Rinda to hit something on the ground.
This one hit back up the box. Raymond on a second hop to Kroll to Evans. Nice stretch to finish the double play.
Nice.
And get Coon Rapids back in the dugout.
Nice play by the defense. He really got him to hit it just where they pretty much in the same spot where they had that first double play of the game, right back up the box. Raymond didn't have too far to go to his left. You can see it there, and there's a flip to Kroll. Kroll does a good job of getting it out of his glove quickly and throwing over to Evans for the out. That's a nice way for Coon Rapids to end this inning. And the fact that, even though it was with 2 outs, they had bases loaded. They've seen they have the opportunity to get runners on base. It's got to feel pretty good for them right now. Even though it's only 1-0, they had the opportunity to be a little bigger lead, but they know they can get base runners and play their kind of baseball. And
a great sign that they got that lead, and their pitcher was able to get out of the inning quickly. He did give up that walk, but they get the double play, and he still only faces 3 men, and Connor Klein right back onto the hill where he struggled through a long first inning. He gave up 3 walks and then the RBI single. Yeah, we saw the bullpen for Bloomington Jefferson active a little bit earlier, getting some arms loose. And I think in this game, obviously, depending on for either team, if any team gets in some trouble, you're going to see some quick pulls for pitchers in this game. Get some fresh arms in there. Well, Ryan Griffin, who was warming up his arm in the bullpen in the bottom of the first inning, was just out throwing to the outfielders, keeping the arm loose a little bit. As they get ready to start the bottom of the second, Andy Evans, the Cardinal first base minder, will dig in first. Takes a strike on the outside edge. 167 on the season for Andy Evans, 200 in the tournament. Hit a big double last night in the game against Grand Rapids. Reaching for a fastball on that outside edge again, and Klein able to get ahead 0-2. Well, he likes that outside edge we talked about. That one misses away, 1-2. Yeah, that one's a little bit outside. But he's and as we talked about, if he starts getting in trouble, he'll stay away and just throw a lot of fastballs. Evans couldn't keep his bat, couldn't check the swing, and a strikeout to start the inning for Klein. The number 9 man in the order, Tony Raymond. There you see it, just couldn't hold back on that sinking fastball. Raymond hitting .295. This one hit right back up the box, and he'll add a couple of points. Yes, he will. To that batting average with a 1-out single. Well, he's hitting .333 coming into this game in the tournament, so he adds a couple points to that. Pretty nice tournament so far for Tony Raymond. Well, is he 333, 3 of 9, so now he'd be 4 of 10. So he'd 400. That's right. That's pretty good. It's a nice tournament. Carter Adams digging in. Adams grounded out back to the mound. This one waited on a curveball and then fouled it off to the screen. Well, Carter's having a nice tournament as well. 375 in his 2 games. 3 hits and 8 at-bats. Fastball finds that outer edge again, and Klein jumps ahead 0-2. Wind has died down a little bit outside, but some bigger, darker clouds moving in. Yeah. Well, they said we would possibly have some rain this evening, but they were talking about a little bit later on in the evening, early evening. Runner is off. Adams is out swinging. Raymond slides in safely at second. Unfortunately, Raymond didn't see where that ball was because he had an opportunity to take third. On that. Skipped off his helmet. Skipped off, but watch if you can see in this. We'll see if on this replay. There's the swing and the miss by Adams. Took a little bit of time for the Bloomington Jefferson players to get to the ball. Skirted out into short right field. Umpires had to switch positions. They're not quite used to going with a 3-ump system. And now everybody's in place with the runner moving to second base. And they'll try the pickoff, and he dropped it. He had him.
He did.
But Ruff couldn't hold on to the ball.
It was a nice play and a nice throw from Klein. Yeah, they definitely had him.
Devin Kroll walked and scored. Takes a pitch outside.
Kroll also 333 coming into this tournament play.
Outside. He's got to have the best on-base percentage, though.
I would think so.
Or pretty close. So he got on base all 4 times and scored all 4 times. In that game against Stillwater, now he's ahead 3-0. He walked, stole a base, and scored the run in the first inning.
500.
This one chopped on the right side. Ruff will take it on a third hop over to Ciro and end the inning. The Cardinals get a hit, but leave a man stranded at second. They still lead 1-0 after 2 innings.
Once you post your image online, you can't take it back. Anyone can see it. Family, friends, anyone. Remember, think before you post.
State championship baseball game. Coon Rapids with a 1-0 lead. Each team with a pair of hits through 2 innings.
You know, we haven't talked about how excited we are to be at this game. This is the first time in the 10 years we've been doing that we've broadcast a championship game.
Actually, is this our 10th season
10th
or
season.
11th?
10th
yeah,
season.
10th season, I suppose.
At least a championship high school game. I think we've done some others.
This is only the second time we have had a team in that 10 years reach a championship contest. The other, of course, being the girls hockey team a couple of years ago.
But we didn't get a chance to broadcast.
No, we did not.
Pretty cool.
Right fielder Paul Holgren will lead things off for Jefferson. Here in the third, he takes a strike.
Holgren hitting .209 on the season and .167 in this 2 games so far in the tournament.
Looks at another pitch for a strike. And Habel able to get in front 0-2. This one chopped right side. Kroll. Easy play over to Evans for out number 1.
Perfect hop right to where he wanted it to be, make the quick throw.
Jeremy Batten next. That's just never going to get old.
Yeah, it won't. You're right.
Hacks at the first pitch, fouls it off behind him. And now trying to lay down a bunt, but it goes foul. 0-2.
You know, at this point, obviously it's still early in the game, Joe, but and only a 1-0 lead for the Cardinals. Bloomington trying to see what they can do about manufacture base runners. They want to get some runners on base. Have a couple of hits.
Yep,
so far.
They've had base runners in each of the first 2 innings. They had 2 hits in the first and a walk in the second. Cardinals 2 double plays in 2 innings, though.
Good defense.
Now 1-2.
Are you all right? Definitely darker clouds are moving in.
Settling right over the stadium. Swing and a miss at the high heat. Second strikeout of the game for Ryan Habel.
Take a look at that. Mentioned the high heat. That was high and way outside, way inside, but
Fastball with some movement on it, and we've got some precipitation.
Wow.
All of a sudden. And
this is when it's nice to be in a press box, Joe.
yeah, it did not start light.
Yeah, I think it's coming in quickly, but it looks like it'll be over quickly, but they're going to take players off the field.
Yeah, they're gonna wait, see if they can wait it out. We will do so as well. And when we return, more of the state championship baseball game on CTN.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Are we in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble. I just want to set some ground rules.
Like what?
Well, remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
Of course not. Well, it was pretty graphic. Too graphic for the kids. So I'm gonna have to block you.
I got to make this up to you. This is Vinny's watch, and I want you to have it. You deserve
No,
it.
thank you. That's really not necessary.
No, come here.
It's a great day, isn't it?
Yeah. Too bad your boat's gonna sink at 11:05.
Don't come closer. I have rabies. Don't you wish there were warnings to protect you from life's risks? With diabetes, there is one. It's called A1C, a simple blood test that helps measure your risk of a heart attack and other complications. Learn more at diabetesaA1c.org.
Clouds still looking ominous, but the sun has broken back out here at Midway Stadium. A very brief rain delay. It was about 10 minutes. They brought the tarps out and covered home plate and the pitcher's mound, and then came back, put them back out. First pitch to Ciro, hit to the left side, Raymond to Evans, and that ends the top of the third.
Well, the nice thing for Coon Rapids, they came off that delay, 1 pitch, 1 out in the inning. I think you have the attendance here, about a little over 1,600 for the day, about 5,900, a little over 5,900 for the tournament. It was a good job of you counting all those people. Did it right between the break. It was great.
It's painstaking work.
Well, you're a mathematical genius.
And that turns out to be the first 1-2-3 inning for Coon Rapids pitcher.
Make a wish, Joe.
Abel.
You might find a pot of gold.
I could use a pot of gold.
Couldn't we all?
Connor Klein just hoping he can have as quick an inning as he did in the second. Did give up a single, but still shut the Cardinals down relatively quickly, especially considering his long outing in the first.
Good look at some of the Cardinal faithful here today. Big Cardinal crowd at the ballpark for this game. I'm having a tough time
expected.
Today.
And the Cardinals' top hitters coming to the plate here in the bottom of the third. Number 3, 4, and 5 guys. Lotta, Sather, and Beam due up to face Klein. Lotta with a fly ball out to left field, his first at bat back in the first inning. Takes one up and in.
And the way that Lotta's been hitting, it's a good opportunity to see, with a little bit of a delay, sun back out, see if he can get on base here.
Swings and misses at another pitch up and in. And the count goes to 1-1. checked his swing. It bounced off the shoulder of catcher Johnson, and it's 2-1. Another one up high, 3-1. And that's one thing that Klein would like to do is limit his pitches. He's thrown a lot, 44 pitches through the first 2 innings. This one hit to left field, and this one will fall in front of Batten, and a leadoff single for Mike Latta.
A way the Cardinals wanted to start out the inning with that base hit.
And we will see Andrew Nags coming out to courtesy run
as we have
for
all
the Cardinal catcher.
Long. Get some kudos in the dugout from his coach and then his teammates.
And now Zach Sather standing in with the man on and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. A walk in the first inning for Sather. He is left stranded at third base, and the Cardinals left him loaded. First pitch got just a piece of it, but it ends up in Johnson's mid, 0-1. Fastball misses outside. Heard Coach Don Bright barking at Sather after that first pitch, telling him to make sure it's a strike.
Well, Nags getting a pretty healthy lead over at the bag at first.
Breaking pitch fools Sather, and it's 1-2.
Very similar to his first at bat against Stillwater.
This one hit toward the gap and through. Back-to-back singles to start the third for Coon Rapids.
But that didn't look like his first bat against Stillwater. Nice job by Sather just to pull the bat head in front of the ball and poke it in that hole between third and short.
And that brings up the DH, Cody Beam. RBI single in his first at bat. Hoping he can help turn this into a big inning for the Cardinals. Klein misses down and away 1-0.
Cody looked to increase that RBI total, has the 1 RBI here this afternoon.
Fouls off a good fastball from Klein, and it's 1-1.
Now, a great situation, Joe, for them to add some runs in this game here with nobody out and 2 on, and a hitter like Cody Beam at the plate.
Off speed pitch, got him out in front of it, and it's 1-2.
That was a nice pitch by Klein. He really took something off that, fooled Beam.
Fastball hit back up the middle. 1, 2, and 3. They go rough Voldness to Ciro to get the double play.
Yeah,
first double play for the Jaguars.
Yeah, nice double play and a nice scoop by Ciro over at the bag at first to make sure that they were going to get the back half of that double play. See, nice job by Ruff, the flip to Voldness. You see the backhand on the hop by Ciro.
Nags moves to third as Miller stands in and takes a pitch low, 1-0. Hot start for the Cardinals to this inning, but Jefferson trying to get out of it with no damage done. Miller fouls one off. Miller walked back in the first inning. This one up high.
Yeah, if they can get out of this inning unscathed, they have to feel pretty fortunate with the runners at first and second and nobody out.
Misses away 3-1. Fastball misses high, and Miller earns his second walk of the ball game. Fourth given up by Connor Klein.
As we saw earlier with the bullpen going, no action in the bullpen for Bloomington Jefferson.
Rick Shimshak came up with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the first inning and was called out on a questionable third call strike. This one is inside, gets away from Johnson. Here comes Nags. He's going to score easily. And Miller moves to second.
And it's a big run for Coon Rapids because they did not want to come out of their inning without any runs. And they're able to get that, whether it's a hit or again there in the situation that you saw.
Ruled a wild pitch. Yep. Our friends at the MSHSL, or better known as the Minnesota State High School League, been very helpful during this tournament. That was hit sky high out of play.
That's heading for your vehicle, Joe. Oh, no, I guess didn't make it out of the park. Here's the vehicle with that big target on the roof, right?
Yeah. One and one now, with Miller at second and 2 gone. Down and away, 2-1.
Yeah, we certainly want to thank the high school league. They've been providing us with a lot of stats here this evening. We really appreciate it.
Bluffs the throw, and Miller dove hard back to the bag.
Well, they do a pretty good job at that pickoff play at second. That it looked like they did have the run earlier in this game, but unfortunately Ruff couldn't hold on to the baseball.
This one hit right back up the box. They're going to turn Kroll. He's headed for Homer Miller, rather. He's going to score an RBI single for Shimshak. It's a 3-0 lead for Coon Rapids.
Nice piece of hitting by Rick Shimshak. He's able to deliver the RBI single and put the Cardinals up 3-0, Joe. And this is a situation with 2 out. They've done it all year. A lot of wins or a lot of runs have been scored by the fact that with 2 outs they've been able to put some rallies together. And there you're going to see the base hit by Shimshak. Perfectly placed up the middle.
Third hit of the inning for Coon Rapids. Second run to come across. And now Andy Evans looking to keep the rally going. Check on Shimshak. He's back in plenty of time.
Ryan Griffin again throwing in the bullpen for the Jaguars.
Pitch is down and away. Shimshak was off and slides in safely. It was a pretty good throw from Johnson, but a great jump by Shimshak. Third stolen base of the game for Coon Rapids.
He did get a great jump, and you're right, the throw was right there. Just slid in underneath the sweep tag.
And Evans fouls it back.
There's a look at number 5, Ryan Griffin, throwing in the bullpen for Bloomington Jefferson. We saw him up a little bit earlier in the ball game, and now another opportunity here to get his arm loose.
Another foul by Evans.
Almost hit the bird. There was a bird right there. There it is.
Pigeon.
It's got a message there for you, Joe.
Yeah.
Get a haircut.
1-2. Down and in. 2-2.
Andy with a double last night against Grand Rapids.
This one hit down the line, but foul.
He's going after that pigeon. The pigeon, I think, took off now.
Long run for Mike McMahon.
Is that the same one? Yeah. It flew the coop.
Klein looking in for a call from Johnson and another 2-2 pitch. This one was down in the dirt, but Evans got a piece of it. I was wondering why he wasn't running there for a second.
I
got
a piece of it.
And it'll stay 2-2. Fastball gets him swinging, and Klein strikes out Evans for the second time in the game to end the inning. But Coon Rapids puts 2 more across the plate. They lead 3-0 in this state championship game. 4th inning coming up next on CTN.
Sidelines, what looks like a very nice night, but it is cold and windy here at the
Joe, you look at this matchup on paper, and there's no contest, but this game is not played on paper, and you know in this conference anything can happen.
Anderson drops back to pass, has a little time, and he will pitch again, and Muhlenberg running right.
And Howie, a big opponent coming in for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. This defense only giving up 11 points a game.
Coon Rapids back on top.
Unbelievable.
Those locusts?
What?
Those locusts?
Yeah. I'm throwing rocks at some stuff, and next thing I know, locusts.
Sounds like bad karma. You should try volunteering or walking a little old lady across the street, or something good.
Interesting.
Stay on the universe's good side. Volunteer, vote, get involved.
There is the line score. 3 runs on 5 hits for Coon Rapids. No runs on just 2 hits for Jefferson through 3 innings.
Well, there's a lot of people that love this score at the ballpark, but none better than Ryan Habel on the mound, pitching with a 3-0 lead as we move to the top of the 4th.
Well, he's faced 1 over the minimum thanks to 2 double plays behind him. He's given up 1 walk, 2 singles. And faced just 10 men in that 3 innings. On the flip side, Klein has walked 4 men. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, and has faced 17 through 3 innings.
We very well may have seen the last of Connor Klein.
Well, I know you're a big fan of pitch count. Through 3 innings, what's your best guess for high fastball? Got Volden is swinging.
For Connor Klein?
For Connor Klein.
Through 3 innings?
Through 3 innings.
62.
Okay, it's 73.
Okay.
Through 3 innings for his counterpart, Ryan Habel. Your guess?
47.
35.
Wow.
So throwing...
I was way off on those.
Klein has thrown almost more than twice as many pitches. This one hit to center. Miller backing off to his left, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Now Volden's got a hold of that one, but Miller playing very well, playing it just right, able to run to the ball and make the out.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Matt Kruger. He singled down the right field line back in the first inning. First pitch drilled down the third base line this time, but foul.
He'll hit that one hard. I believe in its first at bat, we saw something very similar to that down that left field line.
This one's down and away, 1-1. It was a little higher, not quite as sharp, but still got out to right field and just barely inside the right field chalk. And it takes the fastball up high, 2-1. This one stroked to left. And a very easy play for Rick Shimshak. He hardly had to move a muscle.
Yeah, he just basically put the glove up. He just looked at it and said, I barely had to move. He'll take an easy one like that every time.
And now the catcher, Nolan Johnson, trying to get something started with 2 outs here for the Jaguars. Trailing 3-0 in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch hit high And deep to right center field, and this one is going to fall just in front of the fence. Johnson will hold up after making a turn at second base. A solid 2-out double.
He gave that ball a ride, Joe, to the deepest part of right center field without going over the fence. And you knew that ball was hit hard in the long run for both Miller and Adams.
And at Siebert Field, that's a home run.
Yeah, no doubt. Siebert's, I think, 380 to center.
380 to center. It's 400 here. Both are 320 to the corners. Down the line.
This is a big batter for Ryan Habel with 2 away, runner at second.
And they are going to send in a courtesy runner. That's John Ow.
And Nolan Johnson gets a nice hand from the Bloomington Jefferson faithful.
First extra base hit for either team in this game. Mill Point will try and bring Al home. Fly ball to center field. Back in the second inning. Looks at a strike, 0-1.
Nice pitch there from Habel. Yeah, the Jaguars been hitting the ball pretty sharply. None more than that by Johnson.
This one high and out of play. A lot of over for a look, but it's in the seats. And it'll be 0-2 to Joe Millpoint.
Oh, ball's back on the field.
Hale throws one out of the zone, but Millpoint won't offer at that one.
Coach Guest looking to hope that his squad can score a run here.
This one skipped away behind Lotta. Owl will scramble over to third. And now the first run of the game, just 90 feet away for Jefferson. It was the first time the double by Johnson, the first time that Jaguars had gotten a man in a scoring position. Now he's at third. This one chopped to the left side. Sather comes in, picks it up on the second hop, throws in time to Evans to end the threat.
Now Bloomington Jefferson did threaten, but Cardinals doing a good job. The ground ball to Sather, able to pick it up and throw it over to Evans for the first to get him out of the inning in no danger as the score stays 3-0. You see Sather with a nice pickup of the ground ball and the flick of the wrist over to Evans. Stretched by the big first base minder. And we are out of the inning. You see the line score, Jaguars, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. The Cardinals, 3 runs, 5 hits, and no miscues in the field. Young fans having a great time, especially obviously the Cardinal faithful here, enjoying the 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
And we will indeed see a new pitcher. Ryan Griffin will come in for Jefferson, start the 4th inning.
Well, Griffin has pitched in 34 innings, has a 5.35 earned run average. In those 34 innings, has 13 K and 6 base on balls. You know, again, I think you look at it, Joe, and whichever team there, you'll take a look at Ryan Griffin, a senior. Whatever pitcher, whatever team is the most consistent pitching from their 3rd starter really has the advantage. Looking around, see if we have any other changes in the field. I don't believe so. Eagle Eye Yund with his binoculars looking at making sure that
everybody else is the same.
Yep.
Number 9 hitter Tony Raymond singled and stole a base in his first at bat. He'll be the first one to take a look at Griffin. And Griffin finds the outside edge for a strike. Swing and a miss, and quickly it's 0-2.
Tony chased that one. Look at the Cardinal dugout. Right now, smiles on the faces. Help to keep it that way.
And Raymond punched out for the first out of the fourth inning.
Oh, nice pitch by Griffin.
Back to the top of the order. That's the fifth strikeout for Bloomington pitchers.
See Carter's numbers on the afternoon, 0 for 2, a strikeout in the second. Like to get his first base hit of this game.
Takes another pitch low. It's 2-0. This one hit hard to the left side. Voldness over to Ciro, 2 down. And now Devin Kroll looking for his first hit. Did walk, steal a base, and score a run in the first inning. See if he can start another 2-out rally for the Cardinals. That one called a strike.
Jefferson looking for that 1-2-3 inning. Griffin coming in and right now pitching pretty well from the mound.
This one sky high, just into short left field. Voldness waits for it, makes the catch. And Coon Rapids goes down 1-2-3 for the first time today. They still lead by 3 as we go to the fifth.
The odds of a child being in a fatal automobile accident are 1 in 23,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 166. The odds say it's time to listen. To learn the signs of autism, visit autismspeaks.org.
The second season starts right now. Wow, do we have a show for you tonight?
Come out.
Busy afternoon Monday for firefighters trying to contain several grass fires along.
This is going to be a very good and very close game.
Welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town.
Such a big event definitely needs a third man. State championship on the line, and the Coon Rapids Cardinals came out flying. Cody Beam driving in a run in the first inning, put the Cardinals on the board. They score a second run on a wild pitch in the third, and then Rick Shimshak with an RBI single also in the third. Brings us to where we are. Coon Rapids leading 3-0 as we start the fifth inning.
Well, Joe, and you look at what Ryan Habel has given you from the mound so far for Coon Rapids, and Coach Coe and Coach Bright have to be so happy with the performance he's had so far this afternoon.
He's had nice defense behind him. And now facing the 6, 7, 8 guys for Jefferson. Aaron Ruff, the second base minder, leading off. He took a walk his first trip. This time he's going to ground out to Raymond.
The solid defense. Raymond has been so playing so well at short.
The designated hitter, Andrew Rinda, grounded into a double play to end the second inning. He's got a fan base down the left field line chanting his name. And the first pitch, he bloops into left field and just barely foul. It was hit just over the head of Zach Sather. There was no way that anyone was going to catch it, but not foul by more than 2 feet.
It just went foul. Would have been a great base hit had it been able to stay fair.
I don't know that it was foul by more than 6 inches. But that's the benefit of having the 3-umpire system. He was right there and made the right call. Rinda again, this time chops it into right and too far because it's right to Carter Adams for out number 2.
Carter in a nice play, just getting on his horse, hustling in for that ball. And you're right, it kind of held up at the end there. And Carter able to make it look relatively easy.
The right fielder, Paul Hallgren, will hit now with 2 out and the base is clear. Grounded out to second in his first trip. Takes one down and away. This one back at the mound. Hable can't grab it. Kroll can. And down go the Jaguars. 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th.
What a nice inning for
5 pitches in the inning.
Nice inning for Ryan Hable. You see the big smile on his face as he comes over to the dugout, gets the congratulations, but there it is. Devin Kroll with the pickup and the throw over to Evans at the bag, and the Cardinals are back at the plate.
Yeah, that's a quick inning.
It's impressive.
5 pitches.
It's impressive.
Yeah, he's had 2 of his 5 innings have been less than 10 pitches. Just 55 pitches now through 5 innings, right where you want to be.
Yeah, you bet. Coaching staff for Coon Rapids led by Jerry Coe, talking some strategy over.
And again, the hot-hitting part of their lineup due up to face the new Jefferson pitcher in Ryan Griffin, and he had a nice first inning of work. He got through the Cardinals 1-2-3 in just 8 pitches in the bottom of the 4th inning. But now has to face Lotta, Sather, and Beam in this game of combined 3 for 5. Those 3 hitters with a walk. Some excited and happy Coon Rapids fans.
I always like to get their faces on television here at CTN.
Well, it's not very often you get to see the home team compete for a state championship.
No.
First time to this game for Coon Rapids since '97 when they were runners-up. Their last title back in '93.
83.
93.
93?
They won in 1980. Now you got me.
I thought it was 83, but I could be mistaken.
I'll find it here.
I know you will.
0-2 to Lotta. That one misses.
93, you are correct. I hate
they're
when
also,
you're right.
They're also their other championship
80.
in 1980.
I hate when you're right.
This one hit high to left field. Coming in on it is Batten and sliding to make the catch for out number 1.
That ball looked like it was going to carry a little further when it came off the bat. Held up there, Batten able to run underneath it. You can see him hitting underneath the baseball as well. Batten making the catch and the slide.
Grass still a bit wet out there.
Yeah.
So. Bring up Zach Sather. He's walked and singled in this ball game. This one through the gap on the right side, his second hit of the ball game.
Nice piece of hitting by Zach Sather. 6th hit of the game for Coon Rapids.
And now Cody Beam will look to follow it up. Beam an RBI single in the first, grounded into a double play in the third. Nice breaking pitch, breaks over the inside corner. And Beam watches it for strike 1. They throw over and Sather dives back. Another good pickoff move from a Jefferson pitcher.
They've got that move down pretty well. Looks like Veerling is throwing in the bullpen.
Check on Sather again, and he's back in time.
Not from the mound, just warming up. Can't see who the other player is from up here.
Fouled off. And Griffin ahead in the count 0-2.
That looks like Andrew Nags.
This one chopped, and it will stay fair. Nice backhanded play by Millpointer, and no throw.
It would have been a.
They're going to call it foul.
Foul.
Looked to me like he fielded that in fair territory. Oh, maybe.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess he was just
on the other side
that.
of the, over the bag, other side of the line. Yeah, that looked initially that looked like a hit.
Beam will stand back in and face another pitch, another 0-2 pitch from Griffin, and he'll check on Sather back in time.
Got a good move over to the bag. Yep.
And Ciro nearly put the tag on. High and away, ball one.
And good patience, Cody Beam. I'm sure that knew that ball was way out of the zone. Didn't try and do anything towards it.
Runner is off. The batter is out swinging. Sather slides in front of the throw. Another stolen base for Coon Rapids runners, but another strikeout for the Jefferson pitchers.
And that happened earlier in the game, too, where a Cardinal runner stole a base on a third swinging strike.
Raymond stealing in the second.
And Carter Adams
struck out. And now Corey Miller. Corey has walked twice, scored once. Like to see something that he could drive towards the gap in the outfield. Hopefully add to this 3-0 lead. Drops down the bunt, and it is going to stay fair. Johnson spins, throws, not in time, and here comes the runner. Nobody covering. It's an RBI bunt single for Corey Miller.
Yeah, and that's just a mental breakdown by the Jaguar team. Nobody covering the bag. Ciro having no one to throw it to, and Sather, give credit to Zach Sather, he didn't stop. He kept going. He realized there was nobody there at the dish. We'll see it again. A great bunt laid down by Corey Miller, and with his speed, there's no way they're going to get him. And you're going to see.
It was close. It was a good throw by Johnson.
But the fact is, Johnson coming out, and the pitcher not covering the plate, and that's going to make it 4-0 Coon Rapids.
Yeah, both Johnson and Griffin were standing there as the runner was called safe, and nobody moved towards the bag, and Ciro looked at home plate, nobody there, and Sather ran right behind both fielders. How often do you see an RBI bunt single driving a guy in from second base?
Yeah, exactly. It's incredible.
Rick Shimshak digging in. He had an RBI single in his last at bat back in the third inning. This one chopped foul. 1-2. Good heads-up base running by the Cardinals.
Coon Rapids able to score runs with 2 out. There you see the nice laid-down bunt, and Johnson coming out. And you're right, a nice throw.
And now one popped up wide at first base. Ciro will make the catch in foul territory and end the inning. But Coon Rapids adds one more. They lead by 4. You're watching the state championship on CTN.
Pants. I am folding the pants. The pants are long. Do they go on my head? Do they? Do the pants go on my head? No. They go on.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
I remember how much you said you liked wine.
Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
The Jefferson Jaguars find themselves trailing by 4 runs in this championship contest as we head to the 6th inning. They had not trailed in either of their first 2 state tournament games. And Howie, I see you went over there and straightened things out with our crack staff on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they didn't give him a hit originally on that bunt, which should have been a hit. They had him at 6 hits, but just put a little CTN muscle.
Attaboy. Definitely a bunt single and an RBI bunt single, driving in a runner from second base. That was gutsy, but heads up, and Coon Rapids now jumping to that 4-run lead. And the number 9 hitter, Jeremy Batten, will bat leadoff here in the top of the 6th inning. Batten, a strikeout victim back in the 3rd. Fouls off the first pitch.
There you see the numbers on Batten, 0 for 1, strikeout in the 3rd.
And now down and in. Chases Batten back a little bit. This one hit high down the line. A diving attempt by Evans. Oh, that's Carter Adams.
Carter Adams out in at first base.
We didn't
see the change. No.
Shimshak now in right, and Vierling out in left. So there you go. And now it's 1-2 to Jeremy Batten.
So Vierling in left and Shimshak in right. And Adams at first to change defensively for Coon Rapids.
That pitch well outside, easily taken by Jeremy Batten. And it's 2-2. Called third strike for the first out of the 6th. Third strikeout of the game for Hable.
You see it again.
2 of them against the Jefferson left fielder.
That maybe just caught the corner.
Back to the top of the order, A.J. Ciro with a single in his first at bat. This one chopped to Sather at third. Bobbled a little, but still throws across in time. Adams stepped off the bag, but puts on the tag for out number 2.
Smart play by Carter Adams, realizing his foot came off the bag, but able to get the sweep tag.
Well, and Adams, no matter how great an athlete he is, he's not going to get the same kind of stretch as an Andy Evans. Evans is only about 1.5 taller than he is.
He doesn't quite have the height that Andy Evans does.
And now Voldness standing in, takes a fastball inside. And should the Cardinals be able to complete this victory, this will be the 2nd state championship for that young man at first base this year.
State wrestling champion. And if you're right, if they held on to this 4-0 lead or hold on to the lead to get the victory, you're right, 2nd state championship this year.
This one popped straight up over the infield. Kroll waiting on it at second. Makes the catch, and Jefferson has just 3 outs left in this championship.
The Cardinals have to feel awfully good about where they are right now. You mentioned only 3 outs left.
There's another
for Bloomington.
Another 1-2-3 inning for Hable. Another inning less than 10 pitches.
Ryan Griffin continues on the mound for the Jaguars.
Four nothing lead is definitely feels good, but Coon Rapids would like to add a couple of more insurance runs and really take any question out of the ball game before we reach the 7th.
Yes, they would.
And I imagine we're going to see Zach Vierling leading things off.
You would be correct.
Takes the place in the order of Andy Evans.
Let's go, CV!
Some happy fans here at Midway Stadium so far. We're at the bottom half of the 6th inning, 4-0 Coon Rapids on top. Looks like Blair Townsend on deck for the Cardinals.
Off-speed pitch misses inside. 1-0 to Vierling. And now 2-0. This one chopped. Played on a hop by Millpointer, and there's one down.
The second at bat for Vierling in this tournament. Got in last evening. Looks like Blair Townsend will hit. I believe that's for Tony Raymond. Townsend hitting .216 on the season. Looking for his first hit of the tournament.
And we'll see what they do defensively when they return to the field in the top of the 7th. First pitch hit through the gap, and there is Blair Townsend's first hit of this tournament. That one came off the bat hot, past a diving Millpoint at third.
We'll see it again. He just turned on that pitch. As you mentioned, diving Millpointer.
Coon Rapids able to get good speed on the base paths. And another one just past Millpointer. 2 pitches in a row. And 2 singles to the opposite field for Coon Rapids hitters.
Cardinals, as you mentioned, trying to add some insurance to that 4-0 lead. One away, runners at first and second with Devin Kroll at the plate.
Kroll looking for his first hit of this championship game. And an off-speed pitch in for a called strike. High fly ball to left field, long run. Making the catch just in fair territory is that's not Jeremy Batten, that's Mike Brummer out in left field now.
But again, Griffin a little bit late to go to the bag. First, they didn't have anybody covering third base.
And now Mike Lotta. And the pitch gets away. Both runners are going to advance into scoring position.
Call that a wild pitch.
And now a called strike.
Well, you talked about a lot of very good hitter, and a hit to the gap here scores 2.
And that 6-run cushion, it would be huge.
I would think so.
Anything under 5 means you could tie it with the swing of a bat. 6 means you need at least 2 big swings. Called strike, 2-2.
Now patience at the plate to hold off on that pitch.
This one right back up the middle, and it will indeed score 2. Adams will come around. This throw is going to not be cut off. Adams will slide in safely. Now the throw to first gets away. Hustling to second is Mike Lotta.
Now, big base hit by Mike Lotta, scoring 2. As you mentioned, a 6-run cushion now for Coon Rapids, and the fans from Coon Rapids standing and applauding the efforts here. Matt Jaworski going to be the courtesy runner for Lotta this time. Big base hit.
And now Zach Sather having a nice day at the dish. 2 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base. Now with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs here. Oof, that was a nice pitch.
Yeah, it was a beautiful pitch.
Broke right over the inside edge. Called a strike. Fastball swung on and missed. This one driven to left. There for the catch is Brummer. And the 6th inning comes to an end, but Coon Rapids adds 2 more. They lead 6-0 going to the 7th. You're watching the Minnesota State Baseball Championship on CTN.
Thinking about the dish? Look what you lose.
Going deep.
Item 6 is to consider conditional use permit and site plan.
A kitchen fire the day after Christmas sent a Coon Rapids man to the hospital.
It helped her overcome being so critical of herself.
Congratulations, class of 2000. Our new 2000 Miss Coon Rapids. And he makes the catch.
Don't be a loser. Stay informed with Community Cable.
Global warming. Some say irreversible consequences are 30 years away. 30 years? That won't affect me.
Coon Rapids fans ready to celebrate. Their team just 3 outs away from their first state championship in 3 years, or 15 years, excuse me. And this one has been all Coon Rapids. They scored a run in the first, added a couple more in the 3rd inning. And then one more on this gorgeous RBI bunt single by Miller, scoring a runner from second base. Good heads-up base running by Zach Sather. And then in the 6th, a 2-run single by Mike Lotta makes it a 6-0 ball game as we head to the 7th inning.
Well, Ryan Habel looking for the complete game. He's pitched a gem here tonight. Been in control.
Matt Kruger, the center fielder, leading things off. He's 1 for 2, had a single in the first, a fly to left in the 4th.
We have a new third base minder, Andrew Nags.
This one hit well to left. hooking towards the foul line. A diving catch by Zach Vierling for out number 1.
Wow. What a great effort by Vierling as he ran a long way. Right in front of the Butter Colonel sign. Made the dive for the out. That's 1 away here in the top of the 7th.
Could have been just a long strike instead, thanks to some outstanding effort by the Cardinal outfielder. It's out number 1, Nolan Johnson. Doubled in his last at bat. Only extra base hit for either team in this club. This one sky high to short right field. Shimshak rather is under it. Out number 2. And now the Cardinals just 1 out away from that championship.
And the crowd on their feet, they know it here. 6-0 Coon Rapids. As you mentioned, 1 more out and the state championship is theirs.
Joe Millpoint, the last hope for the Jaguars. And at this point, they would need a monumental 2-out rally.
I would think so.
That one just misses 1-0.
That groan from the fans looking for the strike.
Called strike on the fastball at the knees.
Oh, they called that a ball, Joe Young.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the ball calls are more animated than they were earlier. Called strike that time, 2-1. Two and 1. And 2-2.
Nice pitch there, right on the inside corner.
And the Cardinals now 1 strike away from a state championship. Just misses full count.
And the suspense continues.
The 2-2 pitch to Millpointer. Bobbled by Hable. Sather Nags barehanded it, but no chance for the throw. And that's going to be an error on the Cardinal pitcher. And the Jaguars still have some life.
They do. They do. Unfortunately,
slow roller.
It was a
slow roller back to the mound, and it just got past Ryan Hable.
Not having Adams hold the runner on at first. Hable just taking a step off the mound, maybe can just calm his nerves just a little bit, or at least attempt to.
And now the second baseman, Aaron Ruff, takes a strike on the inside edge.
Dugout up for Coon Rapids, fans up for Coon Rapids.
One just misses.
Another groan from the crowd.
Well, at this point, they want every pitch to be called a strike. They would like to start the celebration. Up high, 2-1. Another one that just barely misses. It's 3-1.
Well, initially, when the inning started, Joe, Zach Sather was up in the bullpen throwing. Nobody there now.
And ball 4 puts runners at first and second. Only the second walk of the ball game for Hable.
Lotta and Hable taking a little time at the mound, a little conference on what they want to do here. Carter Adams coming over, offering a little bit of help there as well.
Now the DH, Andrew Rinda. And this one ripped toward the gap. It'll fall in front of Miller. Miller's going to come up throwing, aiming for the plate, and a run is going to score. The shutout is broken up, and the inning continues.
Oh, nice piece of hitting there, keeping Jefferson alive with their first run of the ball game here in the top of the 7th. Jerry Coe's going to take a walk to the mound right now. I don't know if we'll see Zach Sather come in or if he'll let Hable continue to finish the game.
The entire infield gathers on the hill. Looks like he's going to stay in.
Yep.
Just want to take a chance to refocus. They got those first 2 outs in this inning so quickly. And then that little error, a walk and a single. And Jefferson trying to pull off that improbable comeback with 2 outs. Right fielder Paul Holgren hoping to continue it. Down low, 1-0. And another pitch, low, 2-0.
Bullpen still quiet for Coon Rapids.
That one's in for a strike, 2-1. And another called strike, 2-2. And once again, Hable is a strike away from completing the complete game and getting the victory in this state championship. Just got a piece of it.
Well, Joe, we were just handed a press release for the all-tournament team. 2 Cardinals have made it, Cody Beam and Mike Lotta, and actually 2 Jefferson players have made it, Matt Voldis and Matt Kruger. Congratulations to those players.
This one hit left side, Nags grabs it, tags the bag, and the Coon Rapids Cardinals are the 2008 Minnesota State Baseball Champions.
I just got a little bit of a goosebump, Joe. That is so exciting. Look at that team celebrating, and they have reason to celebrate. They are the state champions of baseball 2008. Coon Rapids Cardinals, they are your champs. And what a way to finish the season. Game was played in a time of 1 hour and 34 minutes. And that is what a wonderful, wonderful scene right there. Those young men certainly deserve it. They've had a nice season, started off slow, but they have been one of the hotter teams in the state of Minnesota, and now they are the #1 team in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, we talked about it with head coach Jerry Coe after their quarterfinal victory yesterday about the fact that they were ranked 38th at the start of the tournament play, but here they are, top of the hill.
And what a great feeling, and you know, congratulations go out to everybody, the coaching staff on down, all the parents who have put in countless hours with these kids, and it couldn't be better. Couldn't happen to a better group of people.
Yeah, we will take a short break and be back with the presentation of the state champion trophies right after this.
I am stuffed.
After that meal, I have got to pass gas.
Powder room's right there.
No! Daddy's gas can kill us all!
That's right. Toxic clouds like the one I'm about to unleash could make everyone deathly ill. Even that baby of yours. Be right back.
Secondhand smoke contains hydrogen cyanide and other deadly gases.
What a guy.
He is a keeper.
Don't pass gas. Take it outside.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young. And I'm Howie Shapiro. Welcome, everybody. This is your ticket behind the scenes of Coon Rapids sports. Joe Young and Howie Shapiro here to tell you that CTN, they continue on in their schedule.
Sports night! Sports night!
Sports night.
Sports night!
Sports night.
Sports night!
Sports night.
Sports night!
Sports night. Sports night.
Sports night.
Sports night.
Sports night is next. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. Back up. Hey, Mike Bennett.
Back in midway.
As your name is called, these students have distinguished themselves by their athletic excellence, leadership, team commitment, and exceptional sportsmanship. From Rosemont, 6 through 9 in the tournament, infield outfielder Troy Hepburn. Chaska, 5 to 9 in the tournament, struck out 10 as a pitcher, Brad Hand.
Catcher for Coon Rapids.
From Chaska,
Chris.
4 runs batted in, against the pitcher, John Straka.
Chris. Lada.
St. Michael Albertville, third baseman, 3 for 10 with 4 runs batted in. Mike Carlson.
Catcher for All State, Mike Lada.
Grand Rapids, third baseman, 5 for 9 in the tournament, Sam Sparrow. Grand Rapids, first baseman, designated hitter, 6'3" in the tournament, Kyle Figgins.
I would not picture that kid playing.
Bloomington Jefferson, pitcher shortstop. The pitcher a win and a save, no earned runs and eight innings pitched. Matt Holdness. For Bloomington Jefferson, center fielder, 5 for 10 in the tournament, Matt Kroger. Coon Rapids, pitcher designated hitter, 6 for 10 in the tournament. Late hits for the Seahawks, 4 runs batted in, Cody Dean. And the Coon Rapids, the catcher, 6 for 11. Of the 2008 class 3A All Tournament team. What a nice game, which we have those good stars. Silver medals in the second place class 3A team trophy being awarded to Bloomington Jefferson. Again, please step forward as your name is announced to receive your medals. Number 1, Joe Dirtfinger. Two, Aaron Ruff. 3, Paul Hogman. 4, Mike Bendel. 5, Ryan Griffiths. 8, Mike Bremer. 9, Luke Larson. 10, Jason Moore. 11, Jack Kruger. 12, John Owl. 15, Mark Hogan's. 17, AJ Cyril. 20, Jeremy Matt. 21, Will Ford. 22, Connor Klein. 23, Matt Kruger. 44, Owen Johnson. 3A, the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. Congratulations to Bloomington Jefferson, and our thanks to the Bloomington Jefferson fans for your excellent attendance and enthusiasm during the state tournament. Both medals and the championship class 3A team trophy will be awarded to Coon Rapids. Again, please accept your medal. Step forward as your game is called. Number 2, Edward Nash. Jefferson. Bloomington, Jefferson, your welcome home will be at the Jefferson main gym on the north side. Jefferson main gym.
When someone abducts a child, they're not about to advertise it. But we will. Sign up at wirelessamber-alerts.org to get free Amber Alert text messages on your cell phone. Help put a child abductor out of business for good. Wireless Amber Alerts. A child is calling for help.
What's that? I don't know. Something I kind of made. Ooh, what's it do?
What do I do? Well, thanks for asking. I ring my bell and I like to dance. What do I do? Well, thanks for asking.
Ow! Yeah, it still needs a little work.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at inventnow.org.
The second season starts right now.
Wow, do we have a show for you tonight?
Come out!
Busy afternoon Monday for firefighters trying to contain several grass fires along.
This is going to be a very good and very close game.
Welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town.
Such a big event definitely needs a third man. Back at Midway Stadium, the Coon Rapids Cardinals with a 6-1 victory in the state championship, defeating the Jefferson Jaguars, claim their first state championship in 15 years. I'm joined now by a couple of the heroes of the game and the tournament. On my right, Cody Beam. On my left, the starter, Ryan Habel. And Ryan, great game today. How did it feel out there?
Felt good. Haven't pitched in a while, so my arm felt really good. Everything was pretty solid throughout the whole time.
Now, we talked a little bit about it early in the game that you hadn't seen a lot of action late in the season and especially in the playoffs. What was it like sitting there from the bullpen and not getting a chance to work and watching the other guys in the postseason?
I just cheered for him the whole time. Knew I'd get my chance sooner or later, and finally did. And it was in the state championship. So.
Now you knew last night that this was going to be your game. How was it sleeping last night?
I actually went to bed right away. I didn't really feel anything. Woke up, wasn't really bad. It finally hit me once we got here that it was a state championship game.
Well, you pitched outstanding. Congratulations on the victory. On the other side, Cody Beam, one of the top hitters in the tournament, and you make the all-tournament.
Amazing in the state tournament, and to win. It's been a long time for the school, so it's a good feeling.
Now, describe what it was like last night. Of course, we've done 2 of the 3 games. We do the one in the middle against Grand Rapids, the only one you trailed in during this tournament. What was it like kind of when you were behind 4-1 getting late into the innings?
We just stayed with what we did. We felt like, I don't know, there's a chance we could stop or whatever, but we kept with it, did what we had to do, and came out winning 5-4.
And how big was it to get that early lead and then keep building on it today?
It was huge. We had to just do that, and we won. Everything's good.
Was it a little bit easier for you to watch that 7th inning from the sidelines?
Yeah, a lot easier. Yeah, I didn't want to be the one screwed up or make an error.
All right, well, congratulations. A fantastic game, a fantastic season, a fantastic story. The Cardinals from 1-5 to state champion with more stadium after.
What is a hero? Are heroes born, or are they made? In after-school programs, your kids will uncover hidden strengths, discover they have the power to change their future, and find the hero inside themselves. Let us know you on after-school programs in your area. Call 1-800-USA-LEARN. After-school programs, helping kids find the hero within.
I'm handsome. Fact: fine arts activities can increase a student's self-esteem. A message from the Minnesota State High School League.
Back at Midway Stadium, the Coon Rapids Cardinals, a 6-1 winner in the state championship over Bloomington Jefferson. Standing with head coach Jerry Coe and coach.
Wasn't it? Yeah, and it's the right way to finish.
What is the secret? Last time you got to the tournament, you started 1-7. This time you start 1-5 and you win the tournament.
I think this year we might have started 1-7. So I'm not sure what the record was, but we didn't start very well. I don't know what the secret is. I guess the secret might be bad starts and good finishes. I don't know. I don't want to do this anymore, though. I don't want to start like that because there's a lot of pressure on the kids, and the community is expecting big things from the team. And I'm sure everybody was scratching their head saying, what's going on, and we don't have the answers, or we didn't at the time. And the kids just started playing ball, and everything came together in the sections, and the defense worked. The pitching was there, and the hitting was timely, and everything every play we worked or every replacement we put in always did a good job, and it was just like we're destined to win.
Well, we enjoyed being a part of it, but you talked about the hitting. Pitching, we've talked about over and over how well this team pitched, especially down the stretch. But here in the tournament, 32 hits in 3 games is pretty impressive.
Yeah, not bad against state tournament pitchers. I know we didn't face everybody's number one, but we'll take that. We'll take 10 hits a game. We have that watermark, one error less a game. we want 8 hits or more a game, and I think we reached both of those maybe in the tournament. We might have had one game where we had some errors, but they didn't hurt us. And I don't know, it just came together. I can't explain it, and I wish I could. If I could explain it, I'd do it every year.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for letting us be a part of it. We have, gotten so close and seen this team on the verge so many times, and to see you break through and just take it all the way has been a lot of fun for us.
Well, we appreciate your, publicity for our team, and you guys always do a good job. CTN is great.
Well, thank you. Congratulations. Enjoy the victory. We'll take a short break and be back to wrap things up with Howie Shapiro right after this.
Hey there. Hi! I haven't seen you before. Yeah, I just moved here. I'm new. Wanna hang out or something? 'Cause I have a feeling we're gonna be best friends.
Things can get pretty ugly when you're bored. In an after-school program, you can find something way better to do.
Steve Schreier pitched the first game of this state tournament, and he pitches the ice bucket over head coach Jerry Coe to celebrate their state championship, and that is a cold shoulder that head coach Jerry Coe would like to receive every single year.
Yeah, that's probably the coldest bath he's ever had. But again, we're obviously from the top. We're so happy for this Cardinal team, and we've been obviously working close with him over the number of years. Couldn't be more happy for Jerry Coe. What a great guy! What a great manager! And really, this team was a team that no superstars on this ball club.
No.
Started out at 1-7. And really, the second half of the season, they turned it on and they didn't look back, Joe.
And just so much fun to watch throughout the year. We didn't get to do a lot during the regular season, only about 2 or 3 games, but we've seen a lot in the playoffs. And just watching this team play with so much heart, when they got down, they never gave up. They got back in it. They got the victories any way they could, but they never lost in the playoffs. That's something that most of the teams here in the state tournament couldn't say, because a lot of the state tournament teams had to get through at least one loss in the section tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible mark, because you look at the fact, even with a great baseball team, a team wins day in and day out, they're going to have an off day, but the Cardinals just doing what they needed to do. They played the basics. They played small ball when they needed to. They pitched well. They hit the long ball when they needed to in terms of extra base hits, mostly singles in this section tournament play, but they did what they needed to do. And as you mentioned when you were talking to Coach Coe, over 30 hits in 3 games, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and all 10 hits in this championship game were singles, but they get the 6 runs, 1 here, 2 there, and they get the victory. Take a look at how they got to the big victory. It started in the first inning. The Cardinals got a walk, a stolen base, and then an RBI single by Cody Beam to score the first runner of the game. The second run scored on a wild pitch, Mike Lotta coming in the third. And then Rick Shimshak driving in a run also in the third. They score 2 there, take a 3-0 lead. And then the most exciting play of the game, I think, Corey Miller dropping out a bunt with a runner at second, and Sather alertly heads up base running. Good call at third base for Coach Coe to send him. Nobody covering the plate. And then in the 6th, Mike Lotta driving in 2 with a single. He had 2 hits, 2 RBI in this game. Lotta and Corey Beam, 2 members of the Cardinals that made the all-tournament team, and a very well-deserved and well-earned celebration for the Coon Rapids Cardinal baseball team, the 2008 state champions.
Yeah, and some of the things that Coach Coe talked about with you is the fact that this community is used to winning baseball, and when they start a season at 1-7, you may hear some grumbles here and there throughout the community, but they didn't let that affect them, and they came into this game, and I think they were pretty confident. They're certainly not cocky, but confident in the fact that they played well, didn't lose a game in any of the playoffs so far, and from start to finish really controlled this game.
Yeah, and they got it from all aspects. They came out hitting the ball well. They were patient at the plate, which we've always talked about. They got themselves 3 walks in that first inning. They got some timely hitting. Good pitching from Ryan Habel, but great defense behind him. The Cardinals, remember, turned 2 double plays in the first 2 innings of this game.
Yeah, and not the miscues. They had 3 errors against Grand Rapids in the game previous, but only 1 today. And he talked about that.
And that didn't come until the 2 outs at the top of the 7th.
And he talks about that. Errors can hurt you, but it didn't hurt him in this situation. And they just did what they needed to do, played Cardinal ball, and they're state champs. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it absolutely can't explain how excited we are to be a part of this. We have been so proud to be members of the Coon Rapids Cardinal community and support their high school sports throughout the years, and to have the opportunity to see them kneel down in front of the what we will call big press in the Twin Cities, to have their pictures taken and put on the front of the tomorrow's sports section was incredibly thrilling for us just to be down there and watch that.
Yeah, and the way this community has made us feel throughout the years, and especially through these last games, they've been so warm and welcome to us and appreciative of what we do. But we turn around and we're so appreciative of what they do for this community and what they do for us, and the fact that these Cardinals just played scrappy baseball and won the game.
And I guess that's all there is to be said.
That is.
It was an honor to be a part of it, and forever the Coon Rapids Cardinals can say they are 3-time state champions in 6 chances here in the tournament. First time they have won since 1993. Again, the final score from Midway in the 2008 Minnesota State Baseball Championship. It's Coon Rapids 6, Jefferson 1. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including the incomparable Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.